afternoon, everyone. Today is Saturday, August 27, 2011, live from, oh shoot, my title is wrong. I say Yokosonews Japan, but it's wrong, I'm sorry. We are from Minami Hamacho, Aichi, Japan, Shinmaiko Mana Village, Minami Hama. So we are live from WordBeach 2011. Yeah, the WordBeach is the kind of the conference study event to learn about the WordPress. WordPress is the blogging and publishing platform on the web that many famous website uses. So we are here, the same event, like I think 2 weeks ago happened in San Francisco, WordCamp San Francisco. So it's not WordCamp, but this is the place that people study about the blogging. So I came here because YokosoNews is the online website to introduce Japanese culture in English, and then I need help from many bloggers from Japan who I want to work together with the many bloggers in Japan so that we can introduce Japanese culture more. So that's why we are here today. Thank you very much for watching. So please leave a comment or question on the social timeline. You're welcome to do so. And this video will be archived on the YouTube at youtube.com/YokosoNews. You will be able to leave a comment there too. And please like us at YokosoNews on Facebook or follow us at YokosoNews on Twitter so that you will be able to, if you want to know more about Japan, you will be able to check us out about Japan and stuff. So today, first guest, we have a Dean Wormold.
Hi.
From JapanTravelMate.com, and then on the very right side of the corner, we have Naoko Makraken from Automatic. She's joining us from... oh my God! Thank you very much for having me on the YokosoNews. Thank you very much for having me in YokosoNews. You might remember Dean from our 311 disaster update. How long was it? Like 2 months ago?
Yeah, about 2 months ago.
Yeah. So she was in it too. So if you wanna also know, but so Dean, let's start from the Dean. So Dean, who are you?
So I'm Dean. I'm from Australia. I've been living in Japan since early this year.
Okay.
Before that, I was living in Australia working in the digital industry in Australia.
Okay.
And I was there for working in that field for about 5 or 6 years. Mm-hmm. But then I wanted to quickly stop being, I guess, a salaryman, the Australian salaryman.
Okay.
I left my job at Microsoft in 2009.
Oh, okay.
They were wanting to let go of a lot of people because of the global financial crisis.
Okay, in 2009, yeah.
Yeah, so I took off, came to Japan for a month, and decided I want to come back and live here. So I slowly made my way out of Australia and I'm in Japan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then you have the website called JapanTravelMate.com, which I introduced you.
Yes.
So why did you start the blog about Japan?
Well, when I came to Japan, it was 2 years ago, I came to Japan for a holiday. And it was very much on a whim. It was very spontaneous and we weren't prepared at all. So I was in Japan and say I would be in Fukuoka, and I was looking for things to do in Fukuoka.
Which Naoko is from.
Which is my hometown.
Oh, cool,
yeah,
cool.
Fukuoka. Should know you then.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, I had a great time. We hired a bicycle in Fukuoka and just rode around all day, but I found it really hard to find information that you could turn into action very quickly. So you can find a lot of facts, like Fukuoka has a tower, Fukuoka has a dome, but how do you get there? What's it like when you get there? What other things can you do? So I wanted to just contribute a little bit of my experience to maybe help other people in their travels in Japan.
Yeah. You know, YokosoNews is also catering, trying to help people like that too. But Japan, even though Japan is a small country, but still kind of large place. So I really need the help from the bloggers from all over the world. So all over Japan. So that's kind of why I wanted to attend WordPress event so that I can spread the word. I can promote YokosoNews to all the bloggers so that they know about me and stuff. So that eventually they can help me to contribute their stuff. So I kind of came here to recruit some people too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So you started a blog, then you chose WordPress.
Yeah.
So why did you choose the WordPress?
Well,
Why not?
yeah, why not? Well,
Did you have any other competitor, or did you consider anything else, or did you try out some other?
I did consider something else. Like, my second language is HTML and CSS. My third language is Japanese, but I'm not very good at Japanese. So anyway, when I was finishing university, it's around about the time that WordPress first came out. And I started to hear about it, hear what WordPress can do. You know, we spent a long time learning how to make really dynamic websites from a lot of code, but I wasn't into coding. So then I started a job in 2006 for a digital agency, and they started using WordPress on jobs which the client wanted to be able to manage the website themselves, and also allow for a bit more creativity from what you can do for other, I guess, hard-coded sites. So I started getting a lot of exposure when I was in Sydney working in digital. Using WordPress, I started testing WordPress sites and seeing what it could do. Then went to Japan, came back and said, okay, how do I start a blog quickly? And how do I make it easily? And how do I disperse the content the best that I can, or the best that the technology can, but automatically? So I chose WordPress pretty much straight away, and I think it would have been still version 2 at that stage when I started using it. So I guess from my work in digital in Australia, that's why I chose WordPress. The designers loved it, the developers loved it, and we were working for some big clients, but they wanted something which was easy to use. Normal CMS systems, you need to be a programmer basically to use them.
I see. Okay, thank you. Sakai-san, thank you. I should fix my kimono. And I just did. Thank you very much.
We look okay.
It's so running around here. It's so hot. Thank you very, very much for being in such a hot hallway of the WordBeach event. So you start using the WordPress for how long now then?
Well, I started using it in 2006.
So 5 years.
Professionally, so with work, with a company.
Okay.
But personally, which is how I've been using it the most, I've been using it for about 3 years. But not in terms of, I'm not a programmer. Okay. I like to see what WordPress can do with plugins. Okay. But I just love it because it disperses content really, really easily.
Okay. So why did you wanted to start JapanTravelMate.com to introduce Japanese culture, and you chose the word. So what do you like about the functionality of the WordPress by using it personally?
By using it personally, well, you've got consistency. That's the key thing I like. Like I'm really into design and how people interact with things. And with WordPress, everything you publish is consistent. So whenever I publish something, I'm looking at pixel level, how does this look, and how will people interact with this. So I really like its consistency in the interface, the user interface that people deal with. But from, I guess, the publisher side, so my side, you can do anything. You don't, but usually you need to program a website to do this. If WordPress doesn't do it, you download a plugin or a theme and it does it. So
the WordPress has the plugin or all kinds of theme that you can use, so that makes also the community of the WordPress also kind of makes it easier to do it. Cool. That's what you mean. Yeah, that's great thing about the WordPress. It has a huge community, not only in Japan, but also you can buy you can also get the free plugin, free theme that's really useful and cool design. Then you also have a paid theme that there's a marketplace too that you can
the
buy.
Premium themes.
Then WordPress.com, and that's the Naoko. I'm going to ask Naoko-san to introduce a little bit later. But JapanTravelMate.com, and now what kind of information you're providing from the JapanTravelMate.com?
Well, it started off very travel specific. Just I'd go on holiday. Here's what I did. Here's how you can do it too. But since I've been living in Japan, it's started to become more of a, hey, here's cool Japan stuff in general. And people love it. I think I get more people on Twitter and more people signing up to RSS because I also blog about random stuff, some sign that I saw or some thing that I saw on the street. So it's kind of broadened, and I think that's helped the audience who might be interested about one thing, entice them to come to Japan because they can then see what you can actually do in Japan.
Sounds good. All right, cool. Anything that you want to add to promote about you want to say about JapanTravelMate.com?
Well, I actually, this summer holidays, so I'm a school teacher, and this summer holidays I just went on a mission to Kyoto.
Okay.
So my mission was to see as many World Heritage sites that I could in 2 days.
Okay.
2.5 days. So I stayed at a capsule hotel, got up at 4 o'clock every morning, didn't sleep too much, and I saw, I think I saw about 7 or 8 World Heritage sites in Kyoto. So I've got a lot of content that's about to be put up about that, and I was really surprised. There's some sites like Daigoji, this amazing 5-story pagoda, which it looks amazing, but because it's 15 minutes further than all the other attractions of Kyoto, nobody goes there. So it's like a hidden gem of Kyoto, I guess. So there's a lot of content coming about that. So look out for that. And also, last night, I was stuck at Shinosaka station, waiting for my Shinkansen to come back to Nagoya.
The rain.
Yeah. So my train was delayed 2 hours, which I've never heard of Shinkansen being late before. So I spent a lot of time doing some HDR photos and getting a lot of video of Shinkansen. So if you're a Shinkansen otaku, then take a look. Soon I'll finish a video and some HDR photos of Shinkansen. I'm a little bit of a Shinkansen otaku.
Oh, sure. Okay, you know what? I was looking for someone who can do the train stuff too. I'm not the otaku, so maybe we can talk about it.
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. Sounds good. All right, Dean Wormald from JapanTravelMate.com is with us today. You can follow him at JapanTravelMate, or you can also like Japan Travel Mate on Facebook. You finally have a Facebook page.
Finally got over 200 people on Twitter, so
okay.
I started Facebook.
So thank you very much. So everyone, this is Kat from YokosoNews. We are here at the WordBeach 2011. The conference event to study and learn and communicate, have fun with the open source content management system, WordPress. And then we first half of the 1/3 of the part, we invited the Dean Wormald from JapanTravelMate.com. He just shared his experience about how he started his blog and how he chose the WordPress and how he's having fun with WordPress. So All right, cool. Thank you very much, Dean.
Well,
and then
thank
you can you guys switch the seat?
Yeah, sure.
And then Dean, you can also welcome to make a comments. Now, welcome Naoko-san from Automatic joining us. Thank you very much, Naoko-san.
Thank you for having me.
So, would you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, my name is Naoko Mukraken, and I work for Automatic. It's a company that runs WordPress.com blogging service. I used to live in the US for about 13-14 years until last year, and I just moved too. I just moved to Tokyo in January, so I'm in Japan right now, and I traveled to come to join WordBeach today.
Cool. But you just went to WordCamp San Francisco.
That's true.
And you just went to
that's
St. Louis too,
That's
right?
And New York.
New York, yes, yeah. I saw the picture from co-working. What? I thought that Naoko-san was in San Francisco. What? Now New York? What's going on? But anyway, Naoko-san is joining us. You can follow Naoko-san at Naoko MC on Twitter as well. So, Naoko-san, so actually some people don't really know what is WordPress is. Would you tell me what's WordPress?
So WordPress is just so there are two kinds of WordPress, and one is WordPress.org, which is an open source software that you can download freely and install on your hosting server and get domain name and run on your own, which requires some technical skill. But there's also WordPress.com, which is like a service where you can just sign up, fill in the form, you can get a site or blog in like 3 minutes. So there are two kinds of WordPress, but both are tools to blog and publish. So I guess it's kind of famous, but if you don't know, maybe you might know Blogger.com, which is Google's blogging service. It's very similar to it. We have differences, but service-wise, it's similar.
Well, but I heard some statistics that WordPress is the number one
That's right.
blogging service in the world that's
right.
being used, I guess. So
Yep.
I think. So, what kind of website uses WordPress?
CNN News, TechCrunch. So yesterday, I don't know in Japanese time, I guess 2 days ago, yesterday, Steve Jobs resigned, and the news actually changed the highest view per day for TechCrunch.com, which is like super high anyways.
Yeah.
So, and then CNN News site, like breaking news, like when Bin Laden was called, we host the site. So, we are able to carry such a huge site, not to
Traffic.
let the site go down, and that's WordPress.com hosting,
Okay.
as well as
So
people have personal websites on WordPress.com.
Okay.
So we do both hostings.
Okay, so WordPress, TechCrunch, and CNN News are hosted by WordPress.com.
VIP,
Okay,
yes.
VIP. Okay, I see. So cool.
Katz, I heard a statistic too recently. I think it might have been from WordBeach. 15% of the top million websites
Yes.
run WordPress.
56, right? 56%.
56%? What? 5-6%?
15.
15, 1-5?
The one I used was 56.
56.
Yeah.
Okay,
top million.
56%.
Yeah, and
All right.
then every 100 in US, every 100 new domains are registered. Per 100 domains registered, 22 of them are used to host WordPress. So
Okay, 22 out of 100 domain name that's registered in the US are the WordPress sites.
the new one.
22% of the new website are WordPress site. Cool. So why is that now?
So why is it so popular? I don't know. I guess it's everything you say. It's the use of ease of use and flexibility in the community, and also I think we've been always focused on one thing, which is to publish. We never. We as in Automatic and as in open source community, we always focus on that, not to try to market what we are not, or try to go into different tangents. We just focused on one thing and made it better and keep it going. So it took a long time though, because it started in 2003. It's been like 8 years, so
Yeah.
it's a long time to come here, and then we have
Wow, but 8 years
long
to
way go.
be able to achieve such a status in the internet world. It is long time, but it quite a achievement that you guys made. That's awesome. So Naoko-san, how did you join Automatic?
Yeah, interesting story.
Yeah.
I have a very, very interesting story.
Okay.
So I started using WordPress in 2003,
Okay.
which was version 0.0772. So it was just one. I think the first version was 0.71.
Yeah.
So I started just playing with it, and I was using movable type at the time. So,
Movable type,
after maybe 3 months, I started looking for something else. And at the time, WordPress was kind of being published, like being released. And I started playing with it, and then I started using it. And for like 5 years, I just kept using it as a personal blogger. But over time, it was getting popular a little bit, but not so popular that other tech people were interested in writing about it. So I was helping with the documentation, and then I was writing some little tips on my blog, and I was approached by at the time the community leader to write a book, and I did that. And
In Japanese or
in
English?
Japanese?
Okay.
Yeah. That was 2006.
Okay.
Then in 2006, I decided to go to WordCamp San Francisco, which was probably like the second one they had, and they only had maybe like 200 people. And there, it's either 2000, I think it was 2006 or 7. In there, I talked to Matt and then asked what can I do to
Who's
help.
Matt?
Matt is the co-founder of WordPress, and I asked him what can I do to help WordPress grow in Japan, and he said, oh, you should do a WordCamp. And I don't know if he was just joking or like he was serious or but it was always in my mind. It's like, oh, maybe it's like kind of fun, but I never done any kind of event or any I wasn't even like part of the company or anything.
But you published a book though.
Yeah, but it's totally different from doing an event, like 100 people event,
Yeah.
which was our first thing that we did, and then
Where?
in Tokyo.
Okay, Tokyo.
Yeah.
So you went to you wrote the book.
I wrote the book.
In Japanese for the WordPress because WordPress wasn't that popular. So you were the first one who wrote the WordPress book in
one of the first ones.
One of the first ones. Then you decided to go to the WordCamp in San Francisco. You happened to meet the Matt. Matt is the co-founder of the WordPress, and then so just Matt asked you to do the event in Tokyo. That's then.
So yes, at the time I was living in Detroit, and
Detroit.
people in Tokyo were like, in 2010, it came to like the point that everybody's like, let's do it, and then we did it in like 1 month or so. It was a small event compared to this.
In 2010?
2008 was
okay.
the first WordCamp Tokyo, and then it was a success, and next year we decided to do it again, and we decided to invite Matt. And he came over, he did a small event in Osaka and a WordCamp in Tokyo. And I showed him around and I talked to him a lot. And I guess it was, somehow he saw Japan needs to have more attention. And then after he left from Japan, I got pinged from him on Skype. And he's like, hi, how are you doing? And I was like, oh, good. And he wasn't like, unhappy about his trip. I'm just so relieved. And then somehow he's like, would you like to work for us? And I'm like, what?
Okay.
Seriously, that's how it happened. Like, I never asked about it, or I never sent it in resume, even though I wanted to, but I didn't know if, I don't know if they were so interested in investing in Japan, or hiring me as whatever. So that's how it happened.
Okay, so Matt hired you in 2008 or 9? 8. Okay. So you've been working for 3 years. So what do you do?
2009.
2009.
2009.
So what do you do?
So my title is happiness engineer.
Okay.
So I engineer happiness for users. I help users with different programs, and we help with documentation. I translate. I do also do some WordPress.org stuff, and to help users of WordPress.org. I do more of I guess community management stuff, how you call it.
Okay.
Yeah,
But so you also take care of a WordPress.com Japanese version.
Yeah.
Then what? Okay. Then you.
But the code is similar. So
Okay.
I do import from WordPress.org translation, which I do, and some other people do.
Okay. So because you've been involved in the WordPress Japan community, so would you explain, because not so many people in the world knows about the WordPress Japan community much. So what is like what is like in Japan right now?
So in Japan, I guess the development team for WordPress package of Japanese version is not so big. We have 5 core committers, and we do translation and plugin for taking care of multi-byte programs or differences, I should say.
Multi-byte, because of the we use kanji character, which is not the not only 52 alphabet character, we have thousands of the character that we have to take care of, and then we don't have a space. So we have a different method of the search engine too and stuff. So yeah.
So we have a Tempura-san who is developing.
Tempura-san.
Tempura-san.
Tempura-san. Okay.
It's his handle name. His name is Christ-san.
Okay.
But, so he develops plugin, and we do translation, and we pack it up and release it as a WordPress Japanese version. But the core of the software is the same. We only add some things, and especially language file and some of other things that is missing, but are not needed for other language. So that we can have separate package, but share a lot of things. So it's more efficient. And Japan is not the only one. I think there are about 50 translations and 50 language communities, and Japan is just one of them.
Cool. So, Dean, do you have any question to Naoko-san?
I didn't get to ask him.
Oh, go ahead. Ask her now.
Any questions about the Japanese WordPress, I guess?
Yeah, I guess one of the things I've always loved about WordPress, like you said before, Katz, was the community. The community of users that they just seem to help immediately. So you go to the WordPress.org forum. Yeah, you go to the WordPress forums. If you can't find the problem there already solved, and you post a question, you'll usually get a line-by-line code.
Yeah, some people write code for you.
Yeah,
right?
they just give you all this code, and I'm not a programmer. I think that's amazing. So, is the Japanese community that strong as well?
Yes, actually, there are few people who are actually here. One of the guys is actually Katz in Nagoya. He does that too, and then Omagari-san, which is his handle name is Jim 0812.
Jim.
But yeah, they are a strong community here in Japan, and that's why we have several different WordCamps or WordPress events and meetups. Almost every weekend there's something happening all over in Japan, and people like to teach each other, and it's strange, isn't it?
Oh, that's great. It's really taking that ethos of open source to the next level. It's like open source of the developer's mind. It's great.
Well, so that the reason why I asked you the last question to Dean, ask the Dean if you have any question, is because I'm going to have Ode-san and then Omagari-san to come to our seat, so I kind of have to ask you to leave. You can kind of stick around. You can ask me the
Okay,
question,
sure.
but
Do I?
so no, you just stay. Please stay here
So we're gonna-
because I need the English translation part help of
Okay.
Naoko-san. So now I'm going to ask Omagari-san and then Ode-san to come to these seats. Thank you very much. Now. So now Omagari-san is oh yeah, of course. Omagari-san, Hitoshi Omagari-san from Prime Strategy. And his Twitter name is Jim0912. The yellow icon, yes. Then the one on the sorry, I couldn't find the right chair. The Odesse-san, the Twitter name Odesse. His name is Hisayoshi Hattori-san. So Omagari-san, would you introduce yourself? Who you are?
プライムストラテジーです。日本
日本語かい。日本語かい。
じゃあ、translate.
プライムストラテジーという会社で働いています。プラグインノートプレスのプラグインを作っていて、PSO とサイトマップっていうプラグインですとか、その他、いくつか作って、公開しています。
I'll do it. So his name is Omagari-san. He's from Prime Strategy, and then his company makes some WordPress plugin, and you also have been involved heavily in the WordPress community, I think. So, the WordPress のコミュニティもね、Omagariさんね、いろいろやってますもんね。で、オデッセイさん、
はい。
自己紹介お願いします。
I am Odyssey, one of WordPress Japanese localization team, and I work to WordPress version 3.2 as a release reader.
Cool.
I'm enjoying Japanese community.
Cool. So he has been Omagari-san on the very light corner. He has worked on the WordPress version 3.2.1 too, right?
Two, yes, two.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So so if you use the Japanese version, if you happen to use WordPress Japanese version, this guy.
Yeah.
This guy is the guy who put together the Japanese team. So what is like the community of the WordPress Japan? How they grow it? 日本のコミュニティどうやってここまで成長してるんで、どんなぐらいの規模あるでしょうかね今。
How many users are on forums? I don't know. How many posts do we get on forums? Every day.
It's difficult question.
So number-wise, let's say so
Now, how many
today there
people-
are 100 people here in Nagoya,
Yeah.
and when we do events in Tokyo and actually in Tokyo we have like 100 people, just like in a few weeks we can fill it out, and
Yeah.
if we do 500 people event, it's
Okay.
possible.
Okay.
And in Fukuoka, Nagoya, Osaka, we have just hundreds of people from each city.
So I think we could say that
We don't know
WordPress
the number.
WordPress Japan community has total over a couple thousand people core WordPress users, I think, in Japan.
At least, yeah.
At least couple thousand, I think. You could say so, yeah.
I hope it.
I don't think it's more probably.
Now, well,
Way
WordPress,
more.
WordPress.com, how many Japanese users do you think they have in
Maybe like
WordPress.com?
30,000
30,000. Okay.
sites. Yeah, I don't know if
30,000
they're
sites.
active or not. 30,
Okay.
40,000.
Okay, so so more than
Way more than that.
more than tens of thousands of people probably use the WordPress in Japan. So there is the user, more than tens of thousands of the users. I could say hundreds of thousands of users in the WordPress in Japan. I think, right? Well,
Maybe.
well, maybe
And there's some
exaggerate.
people who only write, who are not installing WordPress,
Yeah,
but who
yeah.
are like editor and writers.
How many downloads of Japanese version?
We used to have the stats, but we don't anymore.
Oh, okay.
I'll find out.
Okay. But before, when you have if you don't want to say, that's okay, because sometimes I don't
We
want to say.
actually really don't have it now,
Okay.
which is bad. But the English version was downloaded a million times in like 15 days or something.
Okay.
So, I think it's probably 5%. Is it Japanese? I don't know. I don't even know that either. So, but at least.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Cool. So what is like the Japanese community right now? How people what じゃあ大曲さんとおじさんに What do you like about Japanese community of the WordPress? 日本のワードプレスのコミュニティで気に入ってることって何ですか？
なるほどね。コミュニティで
気に入ってること、面白い人多いと思います。なんかワードプレスとして楽しんでるだけじゃなくて、もうなんか人生と思ってると大きすぎますけど、なんか生活そのものを楽しんでるような人が多くて。
So not only the WordPress itself, but people enjoy the communication, the life itself that you can get from interacting with the other member of the WordPress. So that's what the Odesse-san likes about the WordPress event. So everyone, this is Katz from YokosoNews. We are live from Shinmaiko Mana Village, Japan, to talk about WordPress. WordPress is the open source blogging publishing platform, and then we actually have a very core member of the WordPress Japanese version. And then I wanted to introduce to the rest of the world how the blogging website developing people in Japan are doing. And we have a couple core members right now with us today. So I just wanted to present to you how people in Japan are doing in Japan. So and then so we kind of start having the conference event like this. So how Japanese people take this event, and what is your impression about it? So こういうワードプレスのイベントをやってて、海外のイベントって行ったことある？2人。直子さんか。直子さんやね。じゃあ直子さんに海外のイベントと日本のイベントとどう思う？So 直子さん、what's the difference? What do you like? What do you think about the difference between the WordPress event in the overseas and the WordPress event in Japan?
I think we are keeping the DNA of WordCamp.
Okay.
And which means we are not making this huge conference or huge business workshops or seminars as WordCamp. It's always a festival, a fun thing to do, and people try to get involved and be part of it. But one thing I noticed is people do not ask questions after sessions. People don't ask questions in Japan so much as
the people are a little bit too
shy.
polite.
Polite, shy.
Okay.
So, which is my favorite part of WordCamp, where sometimes audience take over the seminar. I love it,
okay.
and I wish that happens, but that might be cultural difference. So
Yeah.
we're always struggling to, find how people can get involved more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what by means that any IT events that are happening in Japan, people are a little bit too shy, little bit too polite. But if you happen to speak, if you happen to come to Japan after the seminar, people don't come after you, but you don't feel that. Don't feel embarrassed that your seminar sucked. No. It's just that people are too polite, too shy to come after you after the
I
seminar.
think it's the same as concert events. Japanese people for them.
Yeah. So well, some Japanese people start overreacting. But but it's kind of same thing. Japanese people tends to be more quiet, I guess. Then anything any other I don't have any question on the social timeline. I think how many Sakai-san, how many download as 3.2? Yeah, we don't have a stats that they just.
I can find out for the non-Japanese version, which is I think WordPress.org download slash stats, right?
Okay. Well, anyway, so you guys don't have any question. Otherwise, I will conclude the English version of the WordBeach 2011. But what do you like about the Japanese but you said the Japanese community is a little bit shy and everything. But what do you like about the WordPress Japanese community?
何がコミュニティの好きなところ。
そうですね。さっきのオデッセイさんの、言ってたことも、同じ被るんです。一緒な部分はあるんですけど、やっぱりこう人と人とのつながり、面白い人間たくさんいて、そうですね。ワードプレスだけじゃなくて、いろんな趣味、例えば私とオデッセイさんだったらカメラ、写真ですとか、そういった趣味をいろんな人と共有できたり、ワードプレスだけじゃない、いろんな広がりが出てくる、そういったところがすごい楽しいですね。
So Omagari-san from the Prime Strategy, he said that once by working, belonging, intercommunicating with the people of the WordPress. Well, WordPress is also kind of blogging, so you kind of sometimes have to take a picture and stuff too. So that's why WordPress Tokyo has the photography club, I think, WordPress Photo Club. So not only learning and communicating with the WordPress itself, but also other like stuff that people. I heard someone get married through WordPress. Someone got married through WordPress event. What? Who is that? Odessi-san? Someone got married through WordPress.
That's what he likes, right? Finding a girlfriend.
So WordPress, if you come to the WordPress event in Japan, you can get married. Oh my god.
Of course you like people, right?
Oh my god.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
That's a really good thing. But Odessi-san, anything else that you like about the WordPress community in Japan?
Anything besides people?
I say sometimes 大人の部活動
The extracurricular activity, yes.
Club activity.
And I think through people we learn new things, like through Omagari-san, like before we did get involved in WordPress, we had no idea what caching is about, say. I didn't, or mobile and things like that. Through WordPress, there's so many tangents that you can go and learn.
Yeah, actually you can go beyond
cool.
work.
Yeah.
By involving in the open source community. If you work for a certain company, you're limited to some stuff. But by involving in open source community, you can expand your field. So that's really good thing. But okay, before we are going to conclude the English version from YokosoNews WordBeach 2011, this is one of the good opportunity to tell the WordPress community of the world, especially a core team from Japanese language team. Do you have anything that you want to tell the WordPress core community in English? なんかワードプレスのコアのコミュニティとか世界のワードプレスのコミュニティに何か言いたいことある。例えばマルチバイトのことどうにかせよとか。
But I think it's us that we need to contribute more.
Yeah.
But I want people to come here. I think the one time that Matt came or Noel came, that was great. So I want people to come to WordPress event and be involved and see what happens. It's my opinion, but then we can get to know each other more.
Okay. Omagari-san, do you have any complaint or request to WordPress, the community, as a Japanese language team?
なんだろう。 リクエストというよりはなんかこう日本のコミュニティのメンバーとか日本でワードプレスをやってる人がもっともっとワードプレスのワードプレスのワードプレスのコミュニティ、このコミュニティにもっと参加していけたら、もっと
それ日本語放送だよね。
そうなんだけど。
So if we do it, please welcome us, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. So he wants more Japanese member to contribute to the WordPress forum community in English community. Then we ask. Then he asked the WordPress community to accept and please be generous to our poor English skill or something.
Or if anyone speaks both languages, get involved and help us communicate, because even if you don't know any code, there's so much we can do.
Yeah. Odesse-san, do you have any comment to the rest of the WordPress community in the world?
難しいので日本語で言いますけど、ワードプレスコミュニティか、どうなんでしょうね。
世界のワードプレスコミュニティに言いたいこと。
直近でリリースリーダーをやったので、それに絡めて、多分他のコミュニティも困ってるだろうなとすごく思ったのが、もちろん情報公開はある程度されてるんですけど、全てにおいて公開されてるわけではないことって結構多くて、
So for the new version?
一番困ったのがニューバージョンというか、ワードプレスそれぞれの例えば開発をしてる上で、その言葉に対していろいろ用語に対して言葉がついたりとか文章に対して、英語の文があったりするんですけど、その英語の文だけ読んでも文脈がコンテクスト一応用意されてるんですけど、何を言いたいのか分かんない部分っていうのが結構あって、
コード読まないと分かんない。
そうコードを読まないと分からない、もしくはコードが追いついてなくて先にストリングだけあるとか
でもありますね。ドキュメンテーションは後からですもんね。
So what he said by doing the translation of the Japanese, sometimes comments in the code was like they didn't have enough commenting on the code, and then also sometimes there is a comment or string, but there is no function in the code itself, so he got a little bit confused when he was translating to the Japanese. But that's actually global concern of all the software when it comes to the internationalization. So but still we have to keep telling people that once we start commenting, once we have a comment in the WordPress coding, you want to have accurate comment in the code and everything, so that for the better translation, internationalization stuff. James Wilson, I've used Blogger a small bit. Do you feel I have any trouble using WordPress? James, if you're gonna use the WordPress.com and the WordPress.org, WordPress has an import function. You can export the Blogger data and import into WordPress, which I just did last year. So I just convert. Oh, it's cool. I mean, I was using WordPress Japanese blog, but then for my English one, then I just converted from a Blogger to WordPress. So katsueno.com is my WordPress site. So not the YokosoNews. But I've been using WordPress for 5 years. So Anyway, so any last comment, the message to the rest of the WordPress community in the world, Naoko-san?
I don't know. Let's have fun with WordPress, and I just really love what I'm doing. What we're doing. I just really love WordPress, and I hope you will spread the word to the world too.
Okay. Oh, okay. I forgot to forgot to type. So the Naoko Makuraken-san from Automatic is the company behind the WordPress.com, and then kind of takes care of the WordPress itself. And then Omagari-san is he has been involved in the WordPress Japan community. He was the chairman of the WordCamp Yokohama 2010, so he has been involved in the WordPress community in Tokyo area. And any comment, Omagari-san, for the WordPress community in the world?
まあ、ワードプレス、まあ、皆さんも好きだし私も好きだしもっと、まあ、私自身がちょっと英語を堪能、まあ、話せないっていうのはあるんですけどもっとそういう世界の人とコミュニケーションできたらいい。
Yeah, he wished that he could speak English better and communicate to the rest of the world, the WordPress community, but he enjoys interacting with the WordPress community people. Go, thank you very much. Next, Odesse-san is the very right side of the screen. Odesse-san, he was the WordPress Japanese language team, and he has been the release manager of the latest version 3.2.1. So what is your comment to the people, the rest of the WordPress community in the world?
Come to Japan.
Come to Japan and enjoy it. Yes, like Dean did from JapanTravelMate.com. All right, everyone. So this is Katz from YokosoNews, YokosoNews.com, and I ask people in the staff to kind of come and say hi, but I guess they're busy, I guess. All right, so I think I'm gonna have to conclude a English section of the WordBeach 2011 broadcast from live from Minami Hamacho, Aichi, Japan at Shinmaiko Mana Village. About over 100 people came to this event to learn about WordPress, the blogging, publishing CMS tool. And then we talked about what is about WordPress, what is about blogging community and stuff. I'm going back to Japanese program. So more information is available at wordbeach.org. It's mainly in Japanese, so if you don't understand Japanese, but I will, thank you very much, Naoko Makuraken-san, Omagari-san, and Odesse-san from WordPress Japan community. So next Yokoso News livecast will be Tuesday night at 8 p.m. 311 disaster update to talk about latest update of North Japan Fukushima nuclear power plant and everything. So please check us out on Tuesday at 8 p.m. All right, thank you very much. Bye bye.